This Autobello Piccolina has had a 21st century update with this brand new BeamNG mod. It's the S-Tune Veleno, a Piccolina Restomod. It's got some crazy engines and a bunch of other epic modifications. Let's check it out. This is a new free BeamNG mod on the repo by Benton Chies. As you can see, it's called the Veleno from the tuning company called S-Tune. The first thing you notice are these LED lights at the front. We even have an LED badge. If I turn the engine back on, there you go, look at that, isn't that cool? The mod adds lots of different engines to the Piccolina. This is a 1.3 litre 2-rotor. Yes, it's a rotary engine, and it sounds amazing. The interior's also been modernised. We've got a bucket seat and a infotainment display, which looks a little bit like Android Auto. This is a normal Piccolina. It's the 90 horsepower Corsa model, and over here you can see the Resto mod. Look how much bigger those tyres is and how much wider it is. So the other Piccolina has just 90 horsepower. We have 622. Oh my goodness, turbocharged rear-wheel drive with a double-clutch transmission. This thing is crazy. So, let's see how it handles. We know it's fast, but does it handle? Good brakes, yeah. Wow, so the body has been stiffened, which means it's much better through the corners, and the crash safety should be brought up a little bit more to 21st century standards. Now, we can go into semi-automatic mode if I push my flappy paddle gears, and yep, working well. You feel quite confident. It does want to roll a bit. Whoa, and you get a bit of tail-out action too. Understeer, well, there's a little bit of it. Ooh, it's so grippy, I think it's going to flip, but it never does. And when you accelerate away, we've got 30 PSI of boost. So much power, that noise is insane. This can do over 200 miles per hour. There we go, we're doing 200 over the crest. I need to brake. Okay, so you can't push it too fast on that bit of track, but there's no doubt that this thing is supercar fast. Okay, let's take it round the corkscrew before we have a look at some of the other models. Wow, nearly lost it there, but ooh, you can kind of recover it. Good brakes, yeah, not too bad. This mod does have 10 different configs, ranging from subdued resto mods right up to crazy drag variants. This is the 1928. It's a more subdued variant. It only has 206 horsepower from a straight 4, but it's still really good fun to drive. So we're going to put it into sport mode, and it's got a manual gearbox, so off we go. Whoa, we're getting a lot of wheel spin from this thing. Resto mod basically means you've taken an old car as it would have been in the 1960s or 70s, and then you've improved it with modern features like air conditioning, better brakes, whoa, and all sorts of other 21st century tweaks. Wow, it can drift. We actually have a skid mode, so we're going to try that, see if that helps. Oh, yes. Okay, this thing is actually built for drifting. Whoa, that's impressive. 206 horsepower, it can spin its wheels. This is the V2. It has a Harley-Davidson motorbike engine. That's a V-twin. Listen to this. Really does sound like a motorbike. But let's see how it drives. It has 378 horsepower, which is still quite a lot, and that gear change is amazing. DCT, gotta love them. Right. Oh, this thing feels a little bit more sure through the corners. I guess it's less heavy, the engine. It's a 0.6 litre V-twin, so not a big engine, but it packs a punch, and it just sounds, oh, glorious. I wish we had more cars that sounded good as this in BeamNG, although, are there motorbike engine cars in BeamNG? I think the Pigeon has one, right? Both of these Piccolinas are orange, and they both have a V4 engine. That is a 1.3 litre V4 from a superbike. Now, on the left, we have BeamBot Config. They're another YouTuber who has their own config in this mod, and the V4 on its own, which has this weird sweetheart livery. Actually, I kind of like it with the red wheels. Wow. I think we should drive BeamBot's config, and let's listen to the engine. We're going to go into sport mode. Okay, so it's not as loud, but it's still pretty cool. Uh-oh, I think BeamBot's GPS is broken. Well, let's go anyway. Here we go. Whoa, lots of wheel spin. Now this, whoa. This engine has about 480 horsepower, so again, it's a step quicker. You do get a lot of choice with this mod, but different power and different types of engines. Why no, let's take it through this tunnel, see if we can hear what the exhaust is like. Yeah, it's not as loud, is it? Wow, you almost lose control sometimes, but the grippiness and the stability makes it quite easy, because the normal Piccolina has a very rolly, soft suspension, but this is solid. Really, really good suspension. And out into the sunshine. Let's do a big crash test. There we go. Oh, bits are flying off. Whoa, there goes the wheel. and come to a rest upside down. This is the straight 4. It's powered by a slightly rough 4-cylinder engine. Let's listen to it. Yeah, it sounds a little bit rough, but it still has 352 horsepower. I guess the lower powered variants do handle a little bit better. I'm sure people have done Fiat 500 resto mods in real life while I see reversing. Like the Abarth back in the day. There was an Abarth variant of the Fiat 500, and that had such a big engine. I think the trunk had to be open all the time. Am I right? I don't know. But anyway, this thing really brings it into the 21st century, and if there was a Fiat 500 resto mod, I'd want it to be like this. This is the V8, and yes, it does have a V8 engine, but only 2.3 litres big. So listen to this. So that's a very small V8, very high revving up to 9,000, but 775 horsepower, even more with nitrous. So let's try it. Here we go into snarl mode, most powerful, and off. Whoa, we go. 0 to 60 is about 3 seconds in this thing, and the nitrous is off. So, what speed can we get to on the highway? 200, 210. The temperature is rising very rapidly. 230 miles per hour. This is the fastest a Piccolina has ever gone. Oh, we're losing control. Let go of the steering wheel. Oh, direct drive steering wheel when you get wobbliness. Oh, and wow, I love the color of the lights, like purple. You really want to be in sport mode on a road like this, a windy road, because I guess too much power sends this thing crazy. And oh, it's grippy, but it wants to flip. That's how much grip there is at the front. Oh, two-wheel. Oh, two-wheeling it. But if you manage to control it, you can absolutely dominate on these roads because it goes around corners so quickly. Massive grip, even though it wants to flip. And then you can power out with that amazing engine. Oh, if you wanted to do a bit of off-roading, you've got this, the jumper. It's got a jacked up ride height, a bit like the ride height of a D-series pickup truck. Let's take it up here, see what it's like. Now, I think it's still just rear-wheel drive. Yes, it is, but got a very powerful V-twin motorbike engine, and you do feel like this thing would be good at crawling. I'm loving all these paint jobs, by the way. They're all different for every model, and they look great. Also, look at this front grille here with the holes cut out of it like a cheese grater. This is the rally config. We've got a bull bar at the front, very chunky off-road tires, and the straight 4 engine with 352 horsepower. So, let's see what this thing is like as a rally car. Now, rear-wheel drive again. Fiat 500s did actually rally back in the day. Oh, yeah, feels very good. I mean, the suspension is actually almost making a glide over the bumps. Let's see how it handles a bit of a jump here. Actually, it's quite a big jump. Oh, it's here. Oh dear, well, the wheel's come off. Oh, we took that way too fast. The roof has actually been damaged quite badly, considering we do have a roll cage in there. Try that again at a more sensible speed, like sort of 60 or 70. Let's see. Not much of a jump at all. Yeah, it seems okay. The front lifts up because it's quite light. The rear, whoa, it's got that massive heavy engine in it. Okay, we did spin, but reverse. How fast can it go in reverse off-road? Oh, we could do this. Reverse rally. Wow, it's really fast in reverse. Must have like a 60 or 70 mile per hour top speed. Suspension's great. Whoa, just about held on there. Had to brake a lot. I mean, the Piccolina rally car's already pretty good, but I love the sight of that and all the dust behind it. This is the Dragster. It has a 2.3 litre V8, just like the other config, and 1,581 horsepower. So we're going to put it into, I think it's snarl mode with nitrous on. Let's see if we can beat a Scintilla Dragster. This thing should be able to do 0 to 60 in about 2 seconds. A little bit faster on paper than the Scintilla, so let's see if it can do it. Right, now I don't know how to really rev it up, but oh, we're off. Oh, we're just, I've got out the lane. We're just outpacing it. Look, I can't control it at all. 204 miles per hour we passed that. 7.48 seconds. Steering wheel, let go, that's better. And we're at 230, we hit that ramp. Wheels flying. Oh, this thing is faster than the fastest supercar in BeamNG. Well, there you go, the S-Tune Veleno, available now for free on the BeamNG repo. Thanks to Benton Shears for making this mod. It's really, really cool and definitely brings the Piccolina up to date. So, if you'd like to see another mod from Benton Shears, which is an overhauled Sunburst, really, really powerful, click the video on screen right now. It's the S-Tune Sunburst. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures.